September 7th, 2008. Listen to Vahamkran Dua, Para 11 and 12. Pikdal Quran, Surah 16 and 17, 14. At Masjid An-Nur, Tarawih Salat, the Surah 2, at 262. Monday the 8th, I listened to Vahamkran Dua and Para 13 and 14. Pikdal, it says 20. It says 20. Read Al-Quran, the Surah 4, at 81. The Ali Unal one. No, the Ali Holy Kare one. Ylang scent offering. I don't see what it's supposed to have represented, but I mean, things can represent a bunch of things, right? And re-going over this, I can think of, oh, well, I can claim after the fact my attention to such symbolism and offering reestablishes itself. Tarawi, let's Nafahamogron and Para 15 and 16, and Pikdal Quran, Surah 21 through 24, or Al Quran to Surah 4, 176. Frangipani scent offering, representing sacred space. Tarwi As-Salat to Surah 3, 51. Wednesday, one of the things that would have occurred in that night's reading for the extended prayers is that there's a basic meaning of scripture, and then there's other layers of meaning. But either way, make your comments based on, being grounded in it rather than, causing divisions. Wednesday the 10th, Sleep Sea on Abdabari 7, listen to Bahamakran Dua and Para 17 and 18. Of course, I've listened to the supplication every part, but Pikdal Quran Surah 25 through 30, chocolate scent offering, aphrodisiac, moon of earth is a symbolism there. Heart, blood, great world tree from the teacher, from the divine, engagement, marriage, sacred elixir, binding relationship to humans and the earth, death, life. One side of heroism, baptism, appointment, semblances, invocation, evocation, luxury, uncertainty, delight are also meanings of chocolate. So that would be implied in further offerings, right? Tarwi As-Salat to Surah 3, 103. And Thursday, the 11th, I listened to Faham Quran, Dua, and Para 19 and 20. Pikdal Quran, Surah 31 to 37. I watched Mystic Iran, The Unseen World by Ariana Farshad. Sleep Stiyan Abdulbari 21, Chocolate Scent Offering, representing sensuality. It's important as not just to read off symbolism of a book, but to, expound on symbolism if you're going to use symbolic elements. And I mean, if you're going to be devoted or something, you don't have to per se go to that end for that to work, part of it to work, but enhances your experience of it. So why not? Tarwi As-Salat to Surah 3, 854. You love those who don't. One of the lessons I think that came up in that reading is that you don't, you love those who even aren't loving you. That doesn't mean you let them trample over you, but, Friday the 12th, sleep today on Al-Tabari 35. I listened to Fahma Quran Dua and Para 21 and 22. Pikdal Quran, Surah 38 and 39. I read Al-Quran, Surah 5, 54. And the iftar at Dean's house. Okay. So Tarwi as-Salat, Surah 3 to Surah 3, 194. Saturday, Sleep CD on Abdabari, 57. Listen to Fahim al-Quran, Dua and Para, 23 and 24. Pick the Quran, Surah 40 to 43. Chocolate Scent Offering, representing heart. There was a Bosnian iftar at Masjid An-Nur, which I really kind of don't know the difference between Bosnian and Russian food, but well, they're technically a Slavic race, so well, actually, it's sort of a mix between what you'd think of Turkish and Slavic food. So yeah, a Tarwi as-Salat to Surah 4, ayat 28. One of the things in that reading is something, you know, we all, some people will say we all share the same anathema or aneshma, if you're going to use the Artemia term for it, but the intuitive soul will say that we're human, for Sunday, the September 14th, started Sleep Study on Al-Tabari 83, listen to Bekla Quran, Surah 44 to 6, Fahim al-Quran and Para 25 and 26, I read Al-Quran to Surah 637, Chocolate Scent Offering, representing blood, Iftar, Potluck at Masjid An-Nur, Tarawi as-Salat to Surah 4, and that reading is basically how we, there's differences between the gender, and you don't just jump to the harshest response, recommending marriage counseling and all sorts of stuff. But Monday the 15th, I'll listen to Fahim al-Quran, Dua, and Para 27 and 28, Pick the Quran, Surah 47 through 53. I'll watch Mystic Iran, The Unseen World by Ariana Farshad. I read Al-Quran, Surah 7, 13. Sleep Study on Al-Baqi 113, Chocolate Scent Offering, Great World Tree as a meaning, Iftar, Masjid An-Nur, Tarwi as-Salat to Surah 4, 111. So it teaches what to do with apostates. There's also something else at the end of that chapter that tells about that. In other words, if they're not attacking anybody, if they're not, not attacking their own people, supporting those who are attacking you, then you leave them alone. So therefore, if somebody claimed to be Muslim and they were attacking you, you're still allowed to defend yourself. If they're supporting people towards attacking and persecuting you, you're still allowed to deal with that. So this claim that Islam allows punishment for mere apostasy is ridiculous. And doesn't it also include that part? Doesn't that reading also include part about, what was I thinking? They basically insinuating that those who started the thing that, outside of, self-defense, the people who kill a Muslim, so the sectarian violence, if somebody's legally Muslim and you're killing them, how is the recompense anything but hell, basically? At least if it's intentional, but so how can you legally be Muslim? How can you actually be Muslim? There's a difference between legal Islam. Are you going to listen to Fahim al-Quran, Dua, and Para 29 and 30? Pick the Quran, Surah 34 to 54. I guess 105. And let me make sure that I'm, when I flip the page here, that I'm, I guess maybe we'll get into that after we switch here. So I was chatting with somebody and talking about the bubble. So bubbles. So the Gathic dictionary continues with the P. I don't know if they have a name for P, but Padais with verses are verse feet. See pada. Padabis with verses are verse feet. See pod. Pafra, he hindered. Paeri, around, from, under. Paeri aes, the former, those that I did earlier. Pa'eri chithit, earlier. Pa'eri ga'etha, in the outer realm. Pa'eri ga'etha. Pa'eri cha jasa'e, I will come around. Pa'eri jasat, he came around. I've seen songs translated into foreign languages before that are like new or popular songs at some point. They were. But I don't really see anything with Avestan. Like, maybe I should pick up the guitar again and do some Avestan cover of like at least a Green Day song. Green Day songs aren't too hard to play. Pa'eri mato ischa, thinking beyond, or pride. Pa'ir ya ogza, thou commandest around, proclaimest. Pa'ethi, upon, beside the path. Pathi. Pa'ithya etcha, to a master. Pa'eti, again, to, at, for, with, but. Pa'eti arete, who has opposed. Pa'eti mra'ut, said, again, answered. See mrav. Pa'eti mravat, said again, answered. Pa'etissa, the master. Pate. Pa'etishat, he receives. Patisha-esh, to seek. Pa'eti zanata, you recognize. Pa'et ya oget, rebounding, answering. Pa'et ya stem, impressed, obedient. Pa'et yainti, they go, again, meet. Pa o uruyae, the first. Parav. Pa o uruyais, with the first. Pa o uruyahya, of the first. Pa o urva. Pa o urvin, at first. Pa o uruya. Pa urvim. Para, out. Through, before, away. Paracha, before. Parahum, in the future. Paratha, from para and hav. Paraos, of much, powerful. Pare, out, before. Parshta, to ask. Parshtem, to ask. Paseas, of cattle. Pasav. Pasus, cattle. Pat. Pata, father. Patar, patar. Paterim, patham, a path. Patha. Pathu, of the path. Patho, paths. Pathmang, the paths. Pathman, patois, the master. Patai, paur vatatem, the first fruit. Payat, he guards, restrains. We see patpoe, nepaenhe. Payum, guardian. Perenna, thou fulfillest. Perenna enho, full. Peressa, I asked. Peres ete, passive. Peresae, I seek, address. Peresaete, he counsels, keeps watch. Peresas, asking. Peresat, he asked. Peres maneng, deliberating. Peretae, pereto, at the bridge. Getting all rumbly and tumbly here. Peretus, peretum. Peretha, compensations, Perathus, wide, Perathav, Pasho Tanvo, body forfeited. Body fortified. Okay, not forfeited, fortified. Pish Yasu, let them see, appreciate. Pish Yanti, they behold. Pitha, Pithra, to a father. Pitar, Fidroe. Pithwa, with food. Pith Watav, Adrem, Pithwa, much. Pourubio, Pourus, Pourushu, Pouruya, temporal. Pouruyo, Pouruvim, Pourua-enna, of many violences. Pourua-enna, Pouruchishta, the third and youngest daughter of Zarathustra, the bride of Frasha-Ostra, meaning much wisdom. Po'uru tema'is, as much as possible. Puthrem, a son. And one of the things that I would have for continuing to the R's, right? In another program, of course, is the aspect of the high-low, as it would be called. Then they're fine. And by magic, I mean art and science of religion. I don't necessarily mean by magic you have to, it amounts to the same thing. It doesn't, thinking you can boss around God's angels, whatever. If you're acting that out, that's not what I mean. But low magic, high magic would be development and devotion. Low magic would be that which pertains to your material thing. Now, if you're to get things done for your material sense, so spiritualizing your attainments of material things and what you want and all that, your citations and for the good of this world and all that, a lot of that can be needed in your progress, right? So, Tuesday, September 16th, 2008, the Breaking the Fast meal at Masjid An-Nur, Tarwi As-Salat Surah 4, 843. Wednesday, the 17th, I listened to J.D. Hall. Jews 26 through 30. I think at this time I was meditating through it 5 times a year. I read Al-Quran to Surah 7, 8, 206. So, the last one. That's the first prostration verse in the Quran, by the way, at the end of that chapter. Sleep CD on J.D. Hall, Jews 1, Iftar at Masjid An-Nur, Tarawih As-Salat to Surah 5, 8, 7. I had a discussion with the next door neighbor relating to that, maybe on the way in. Thursday, September 18th, I listened to J.D. Hall, Jews 1 through 10 and 20 through 25. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess that's 1 through 10. Okay, maybe I wasn't meditating through that because that's World by Argan Farshad. I started Sleep C on J.D. Hall, Jews 5, Chocolate Scent Offering, Teacher Sent from the Divine. So I guess thinking about prophets and stuff. Iftar at Tavares's home. Ended up missing the Maghrib that time. I mean, at the masjid, paraded on the Tarweeh Salat to Surah 540. Friday the 19th, I listened to J.D. Hall, Jews 6 through 10 and 15 through 19. I started Sleep Sia and Abdabari 23, Chocolate Scent Offering, Engagement, the Iftar at Alahuddin's house. I said that before, that's Alahuddin is his fuller name, but people generally just call him Dean, but Tarwi As-Salat to Surah 7, 876. Wait, that's kind of far. Oh, is it 576? Looks like a 7. So maybe parts were skipped over because at this point they weren't. It wasn't the whole Quran every Ramadan or something. Saturday the 20th, listen to J.D. Hall, Jews 11 through 14, Bikdal Quran, Surah 1 and 2, Sleep Sea on the Great Courses, Islam 30. I think there was 72, but I think there was like a intro or something with that too. So, a discussion with the next door neighbor about the thing. I watched The Mystic, Iran, The Unseen World, Chocolate Scent Offering, representing marriage. I have written on in previous retreats to tell of my goals and daily art things. I only have to list that I added. Oh, I listed my previous goals and stuff in other accounts, but my Ramadan playlist has accounts of my retreats, but I added Surah 2, A at 256, 2, 165, 177, 190, 195, 205, 222 to the list, 3, 31 and 32, 76, 119, 134, 140, 148, 152, 159, Surah 4, A at 36, 107, 148, 542, and 54, and 64, 87, 93, 7, 31, 55, 9, 7, 108. Is it 24 that I now include, but not at that time? 11, 90, 28, 76, 77, 30, 45, 31, 18, 49, 9, 61, 4, 6, 76, 8, and 85, 14. On the 20th of Ramadan, Tarwi As-Salat to Surah 5, A at 141. Oh, maybe that's 572 over there. Okay. I guess I read that wrong. 572. September the 16th, is it 21st? No, typical. Okay, I guess that is 21st. A typical psychedelic sleep scenes and places. The tahajjud, the salat, the prayers after rising, led by jihad. I often don't say who led the prayer. But 2, 1 through 75 of Al-Quran. I listen to Piqt Al-Quran, Surah 2, 1 through 20, 255, 286, 284 to 286, and Surah 3. The 21st of Ramadan, 1429. Right now, it is the first. Is it the first? Yeah, I think it's the first of the 6th month of 1442. Tarawi As-Salat to Surah 6. September 22nd, typical entry and exit of sleep experience. I heard an Iranian reciting the Quran from an unseen source in the direction of Qibla. No Persian was present. nor were there other people still there in the middle of the night there. I went, uh, there was no one in the main prayer hall, but you know, it was coming from, and it stopped by the time I got up to the mihrab. Um, Tahajjud, a salat, was finished by jihad. I, you know, if I'm kept up, I can't always get up and pray with. Sometimes I have migraines, whatever. But I try to pray with the group if I can't get up. Just which is something you can do. I listened to Piqdal Quran Surah 4 and 5, the 22nd of Ramadan, 1429. Tarwi a Salat to Surah 6, 120. In the ninth rakat, or around 10:10 p.m., I felt a very strong presence as before me. First row was a jinn. Big. It was shaped like a feathery guitar pick. It all around it in every direction was a fire being bee, but I can't, I can't tell. There was a different thing in sound. Okay, I'm trying to get the thing clear, but a fire being green light. This maybe a gingerbread cop in the previous year. There was a different triangular and SS that I can't what either experience was like. Okay, so I remember something and there were similar elements, but you can have experiences that go beyond the sort of thing that there's translation, there's things that transcend thought even. Some things transcend speech. So I'm trying to accurately portray or convey my experiences. September 23rd, 2008, typical psychedelic dreams. Tahajjud as-Salat, read by Abdul Fattah, who later became the Imam of the Masjid. Listen to Piqdal Quran, Surah 6 and 7, Acacia, Senegal, scent offering, contact with other planes. Now, the thing about the scent offerings is I'm not saying that, oh, well, if I don't have the right scent offering, my prayers won't be granted or some nonsense like that. I'm not claiming that. I listened, nice smell in the room, and including spirituality with it. But listen to Pakdil Quran, Surah 6 and 7. I said that. The 23rd of Ramadan, 1429, Taraweeh as-Salat was through 6 ayat 140. September 24th, typical psychedelic sleep experiences, Tahajjud as-Salat, Surah 19, ayat 21 through 98, led by Abdul Fattah. Hacha, scent offering, representing gang. Listen to Piqdal Quran, Surah 8 and 9. Taraweeh as-Salat of the 24th of Ramadan was through Surah 7, ayat 27, led by Abdul Fattah. I wasn't sure the right name with that, but I'm not putting full names anyways. So September 25th, typical psychedelic sleep experiences. Tahajjud as-Salat was Surah 20 at 80. Yeah, that's really an S right there. Through 21 at 58, I want to say. Or it could be a 6, led by Sad offering. Yeah, there was incense in the masjid. So now you don't want to make it so cloudy that's going to cause issues with people, and definitely you don't use. I mean, Yeah, all sorts of plants and stuff affect people's things, but definitely, it's like, marijuana was actually initially incense, but I'm not saying to smoke any drug plant that people would typically get called drug plant, but representing harmony, Pickthall Quran, Surah 10 through 12, I listened to. The 25th of Ramadan, the 25th of the ninth month of 1409, I listened to Pickthall Quran, Surah 13 through 16, Taraweeh as-Salat to Surah 7, 820, led by Osama. September 26th, typical psychedelic in and out of sleep experiences. Tahajjud as-Salat, led by Khalid, the younger one. Yeah, I mean, I knew the names, but I said the younger and the older. So, and I wasn't the only one that used that distinction, but Surah 13 through 14, 8 11, listen to Pickthall Quran, Surah 17 through 19, Gum Arabic scent offering, increase the power of prayer, 26 of the ninth month of 1429 to Surah 167 was the Taraweeh as-Salah, led by Abdul Fattah. I listened to Pickthall Quran, Surah 22 through 25, September 24th. Tahajjud as-Salat, Surah 21, 8:15. Typical psychedelic sleep scenes. I listened to Pickthall Quran, Surah 22 to 25. The 27th of Ramadan, the 27th of the ninth month, which, is Ramadan, but 1429. Taraweeh as-Salat, to Surah 8, 8:34, led by Abdul Fattah, September 28th to 26 to 4:05. Okay. The theurgy was that I returned to sleep intoning Surah 2, 255 and 284 to 286. Psychedelic scenes ensued. A bright flash came and went. I then found myself among hundreds of blue light beings and hundreds of green light beings. They had feathery energy bodies. The shape was reminiscent of butterflies and dragonflies with rounded wings. Each was sized like unto a stadium. Their presence was a myriad's myriad, 10,000s, right? So, hundreds of millions. And as they brushed by, I felt as one may, naked in down feathers, only more so. It was that sensual. I wasn't saying it was sexual, but because people are might think that. But the second part, I came to a place that clear like a vacuum tube. There was a circular mass sized like a small house. This rounded cube had the appearance of sugar in its color and texture. It stood upon a minute round stand of 8 points. And I tried to illustrate the points, right? A fire being blue and orange went up around and through the mess. Verily, it was not burnt. The sense of a presence grew as an unfallen angel covering half the horizon flew around 15 feet, almost touching the flame, but stopped just short. It was of Balaic colors. The variety was like a rainbow of this material realm. The colors of the light being thick with atmosphere. There was a man there, sitting folded in loose clothing. He was at least as old as I. Coming from him was a recital. The recital, I assumed, came from the old parchment scroll he held. I cannot say that it was Arabic, nor can I say the character written therein. No sooner did this man from an unknown race start to read them, light beings of different shapes and colors surrounded him tightly in a column. The column they formed was very high, even dipping into the dust, the rocky ground. he were an oh, however, it was barely wide enough to include him if he lay down. The crowd of Laika, the light beings, came to take part in what they heard. I felt the presence of millions, but I do not know what he saw, or even if he felt their shakna, their sakina, their presence. Post. During the first few hours of post-sleep voluntary prayer. Oh, on the first few bows of post-sleep voluntary prayer, I saw the stand of 8 with its fire and lump during the prostrations. This is not just as a memory, for how can I remember the unimaginable? The light being was not seen or felt during these 6 times. The night provided the most energy of the pre-dawn prayers of the retreat. Tahajjud Salat was led by Khalid the Younger, something from Surah 11. I don't remember which verse was started on to 898. And I guess you see the 8 pointed bit there. Yeah. I'll listen to Picked Quran, Surah 26 through 30, the 28th of Ramadan, 1429. Taraweeh Salat, the prayer of pauses. It's a voluntary prayer. To Surah 9:6, September 29th, 2008, typical psychedelic sleep experiences. Tahajjud As-Salat, Surah 31 to 33, led by, and finished by Abdul Fattah. I listened to Picked Quran, Surah 31 to 39, the 29th of Ramadan, 1429, Taraweeh As-Salat to Surah 960, the verse on charity, led by Abdul Fattah. Okay, I don't. September 30th, typical psychedelic sleep experiences. Tahajjud As-Salat, Surah 3940, thereabouts, to 3740 to 182. I listened to Picked Quran, Surah 40 through 42. October the 1st, I listened to Picked Quran, Surah 43 to 48. 1 year the retreat was during a few years before that, the retreat was during Ramadan's. Ramadan overlapped with Halloween. The retreat was during it, and I don't, no, Halloween is just what they call it. There is no, there's Holy Night. That's not Holy Night, but people call it that. So I don't know if I've shared, a few years before this on this channel. Listen to Picked Quran, Surah 43 to 48, Fahm Quran Dua, and Amina Allahi, Surah Yusuf, Eid al-Fitr, October 22nd, October 2nd, started Sleep Fee on Fahm Quran 7, listen to Fahm Quran Dua, and Para 1 through 3, Picked Quran, Surah 49 through 53. I watch Masters of Darkness, Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley's the other Loch Ness Monster. Great ideas of the 20th century, Without Walls, Aleister Crowley. I read something Islam, East and West by Sheikh Fadela. He, page 1 through 81. If that's a book that Living Islam. Okay. Friday the 3rd, started Sleep Sea on At-Tabari 18. Listen to Picked Quran, Surah 54, 56, Fahm Quran Dua, and Para 4 and 5. And I guess I will stop there for today. So peace be unto you, and feel free to comment and question live or otherwise. Sometimes I will be to comments and questions as they come.